NFL regular season is finally about to start, which means it is that time of the year that I give you guys my NFL award predictions for the 2019-2020 NFL season. So with that being said, if you're new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and subscribe by clicking the big red subscribe button down below. Turn on my post notifications so you are notified every time I post a new video, because I do so a lot on the channel. And also, while you're at it, make sure to follow me on my social media links down below and on the screen. For that as well, you guys can reach out to me, ask questions, talk, debate, whatever it is, I'm here for you guys. So I don't want to wait any longer. I've got my awards listed here. Let's talk about it now. So of course, you guys have noticed this is a whiteboard video, which you guys of course love. So I try to bring as many of these as possible. So this is how I'm going to do this. Very simply, I've got the awards listed out here. I'm going to go in a little bit of a random order, but basically save the best awards for last. So we'll talk about MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, etc. So I might go a little bit in a bottom to the top direction. But again, it's going to be a little random. So let's get started, and I'll start with the Rookie of the Year awards. We've got the Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year. And let's start with the Offensive Rookie of the Year. And here's what I have to say about this award. The winner's by default. Okay, what do I mean by that? There's not a lot of offensive rookies that I'm that excited about. But more importantly, not a lot of offensive rookies that I believe are going to get playing time right off the bat. Okay? And that's really the biggest thing here. So to me, the reason I have the guy who I have winning this award is literally just because he's going to get the most playing time. And you guys probably know who I'm referring to. The #1 overall pick, Kyler Murray. Okay? And again, I know it's not, the biggest leap of faith here because we're talking about the first overall pick. But here's the reasoning. The other quarterbacks are not going to start. When you talk about guys like Daniel Jones, we don't know when he's going to start, if he's going to start. We'd like to see that. There's a few running backs out there. I like Josh Jacobs of the Oakland Raiders who will start. But again, you've got guys like AB on that team that, of course, require a lot more attention. And so will he get the carries? Will they become more pass heavy? There's a lot of question marks that I have around a lot of the rookies, okay? Dwayne Haskins with the Redskins, he's not starting. They announced Case Keenum's going to be the starter. So to me, if you take all of that into account, what do you need to win awards? You need stats. Yes, the wins matter and etc. But the biggest thing to win awards is stats. Kyler Murray, for better or worse, will have the best chance to put up numbers. And he's in an offense with Cliff Kingsbury, who's going to build it around him. And he's in a situation where he is going to be given every opportunity to win, not just win, obviously, the job because he's won the job, but to succeed in that position. So to me, that's why I've got Kyler Murray winning this award. The other rookie is just not going to get as much playing time. I got to give a shout out to David Montgomery of my Chicago Bears, who a lot of people have been picking to win this award. I just don't see how he gets enough playing time, enough carries with guys like Tariq Cohen, Mike Davis on the team as well. So that's my whole premise here. I've got Kyler Murray winning the award just by default. Okay, let's go to Defensive Rookie of the Year. And this is kind of a little bit more sporadic where it could really be anybody. But to me, my guy is Quinnen Williams of the New York Jets. Okay, and I hope I'm spelling his name right. The D-tackle from the New York Jets, the 3rd overall pick this year. I love him. I love this guy. And to me, he's going to be an absolute monster. He was a monster at Alabama, and I believe he's going to make an immediate impact. And the thing here is, I just talked about the stats, right? You need stats, but of course, the other thing that helps is wins. And I believe the Jets are going to be a much improved team. Sam Darnold's second year, so the offense is going to be better. And I believe the defensive side of the ball is going to be better too. You've still got Jamal Adams in the secondary, and now Quinnen Williams is going to shore up that front line on the defensive side of the ball. I believe the Jets team will be improved, and I believe Quinnen Williams is going to put up numbers, and he's going to see significant playing time. Again, key here is, of course, to accumulate numbers, you need playing time, okay? So there you have it. Let's move on to Coach of the Year, and here's the formula for Coach of the Year. It's very simple. Let's pick a team that people don't expect or a team that hasn't done well, and all of a sudden they do well, okay? The last 2 years, Matt Nagy with the Chicago Bears, nobody expected them to do well, and they won the division, won 12 games. Matt Nagy gets the award. Same thing with Sean McVay. Nobody expected the Rams to, go off like they did. Sean McVay comes in, changes the entire culture, wins that division, and he wins the Coach of the Year. So going by that formula, who's the obvious coach here? And to me, it's pretty simple. The only difference is people do have expectations for this team, but for the most part, this team hasn't been good. And everybody thinks they will be good this year. So that is, of course, Freddie Kitchens of the Cleveland Browns. Now, again, you might be like, Fives, that's a stretch. He's a first-time head coach. So was Matt Nagy. So was Sean McVay. To me, that's the biggest thing here. I mean, it's easy to go with the big names like Bill Belichick, Sean Payton, Sean McVay. And they very well could. Like, the Patriots have, the second easiest schedule in the entire NFL. So would I be surprised if they go 13-3 and Bill Belichick wins Coach of the Year? No, but everybody kind of expects the Patriots to always be good. Same thing with Sean Payton and these other guys. So to me, Browns have been so bad for so many years. So you got to say if Freddie Kitchens leads them to the playoffs or to the division title, that's going to be enough for him to lock up the award. So I'm going to go with Freddie Kitchens as my Coach of the Year. Let's move on to Comeback Player of the Year. And last year, we all know Andrew Luck won this award. And then he retired, okay? But a point being is it was a quarterback, and I've got another quarterback this year who I believe wins this award. It is Jimmy G, okay? I don't feel like spelling Garoppolo right now. I'm just going to say Jimmy G. Jimmy Garoppolo of the San Francisco 49ers tore his ACL last year very early on, I believe like the second or third game. And I believe he's going to come back with a vengeance this year. Kyle Shanahan is one of my favorite coaches. He's going to design the offense in a way where they're going to put up points. And Jimmy Garoppolo is going to prove to the world that he is worth every penny of that contract that 49ers paid him. So I believe with Jimmy Garoppolo coming back, the 49ers are going to obviously, pick up a lot of more wins. And Jimmy G is going to put up numbers. So to me, I like Jimmy G a lot for this award. I believe he's got the coach. In terms of players, still got George Kittle there. And a couple young guys that they drafted in Deebo Samuel. You still got Dante Pettis. So I like the 49ers team. I like their offense. And I believe Jimmy G is going to win this award. Let's move on to Defensive Player of the Year. And I've got Khalil Mack. Okay? And again, this isn't a huge shocker. But I've got big expectations for Khalil Mack. He won the award in 2016. Aaron Donald's won the award last 2 years. So there's a little bit of a fatigue there. He could win the award every year, but he's not going to. I believe it goes to Khalil Mack. First full offseason with his new team, the Chicago Bears. Going into his second year now. I believe he is going to wreak havoc. I believe he is going to break the Bears' all-time record for most sacks in a year with 18. Richard Dent had 17.5. And I believe Khalil Mack is going to absolutely dominate. Now, the only concern I have is the Bears' schedule is kind of tough. But again, that to me impacts the offense more than it does the defense. That's why I've got Khalil Mack absolutely tearing it up and winning this award. I expect 18 plus sacks from him. And I expect him to, of course, do the damage that he usually does. And now a full season with the Bears. Oh, boy, you better watch out what Khalil Mack does. Let's move on to Offensive Player of the Year. And again, these two awards are going to be quarterbacks. I don't mean to, kill the suspense here, but you guys know how it goes. Very rarely does it happen where, it's another position. It could, but to me, the default way to go is quarterback because to me, I would have looked at it other positions, but there's so much uncertainty with running backs and receivers that you just never know, okay? So to me, if I'm going with the quarterback here, you guys might be really shocked with this, but I'm going to go Jared Goff, Offensive Player of the Year. Now, hear me out here. I could have gone Phillip Rivers, which was my second pick, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. You guys know the deal here. But the reason I'm going Jared Goff is because we have seen Jared Goff have an incremental increase in production every year he's been in the league. Rookie year, second year, third year. Last year, his third year, put up 32 touchdowns, 12 picks, 4,500 plus passing yards. If we just go off of the projection that Jared Goff has gone off of, we can expect another lead, potentially 5,000 yards. I wouldn't doubt it. In the Rams offense, that team is stacked with Sean McVay, one of the best coaches in the NFL. I wouldn't be shocked at all. 5,000 plus yards, 35 to 38 touchdowns. Would that really surprise you? It wouldn't to me. And of course, that team's going to be good. So to me, Offensive Player of the Year, statistical award, of course. You can go with other guys like a Phillip Rivers, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes even. But my whole issue with Patrick Mahomes is he's not going to be able to top what he did last year, okay? last year 50 touchdowns, 12 picks, 5,000 yards. I mean, that you have to top that to win any award this year, and that's the only reason why. Of course, I love Patrick Mahomes, but I just don't believe he does that again. So that's why I've got Jared Goff winning Offensive Player of the Year. And of course, the Rams being a good team will help as well. And finally, MVP, and for the love of me, I could not decide this, but eventually I finally came to a conclusion, and it's going to go to a guy who has long deserved this award, never won one in his entire career, but I believe he finally does it. And that is none other than Drew Brees. If I could, my marker would work here. Yep, there we go. Drew Brees, okay? He's my pick to win MVP. A few reasons. One, I believe the Saints are going to be very, very good, of course. First or second seed in the NFC. So there you have it. Two, statistically, I mean, last year Drew Brees was unreal. I mean, he had like 32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. A lot of people talked about the fact that he kind of fell off in the second half of the year. I don't buy that as much. I believe Drew Brees was still efficient. You know, did he have a few throws here and there where it didn't look that great? Sure. But for the most part, you've still got Alvin Kamara. You've still got Michael Thomas, who they re-signed. As long as Drew Brees is with Sean Payton and has weapons, he's going to put up numbers, okay? So to me, you take that into account, and the loss from last year against the Rams, you better believe that's going to motivate Drew Brees to go out there and just have a monster year. And then you take a look at the other guys. Tom Brady is another guy I do believe is a dark horse for MVP because of the schedule. For the Patriots, they have the second easiest schedule. The Saints have one of the 10 easiest schedules as well, but it's not as easy as the other guys. Aaron Rodgers is, of course, always in consideration. Patrick Mahomes, again, I talked about why I don't believe he can win the award. And Phillip Rivers is another guy I like. But to me, some guys aren't ready or some guys are not in the right situations. So that's why I'm going with Drew Brees, who, to me, has the team. He's going to put up the numbers. And that's the formula you need to win the award. And you add that with the fact that he's never won it, folks. Perfect recipe. So there you have it, folks. My full list of the awards for this NFL season. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with any of them. Leave a comment down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe as always. Thanks for watching.